Good morning, all. నా మాట వినపడుతుందండి? హలో.
Sir,
Okay. Okay, in the yesterday's session, I will discuss about algorithms. So, what is algorithm? What are different applications of algorithms? So, how to implement algorithms? Okay, that can be discussed in the last session. In this session, I will discuss about arrays and stitching algorithms. You know arrays. Array is a collection of similar data elements. Normally, you can take any variable. The variable can store only single information. Okay. Okay, you can know the definition of array. Array is a collection of similar data elements. So normally a variable can store only single information, but array can store multiple information, all similar type. Okay, my voice is audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the time you can define array. Arrays are defined to be a sequence or set of data elements of the same type. That means same data type. So having an array, each array element can be accessed by its position in the sequence of the array. So simply how to declare array. So in that time you can know 4 elements. So one is name of the array, and the one is element type, then array size, then dimensions. So by using 4 factors, you can declare the arrays. The example of arrays, these are the declaration of arrays. So once you can declare an array, first you can define type of the array. So first I can assign some set of examples. In the particular example, you can define single dimensional arrays and 2-dimensional arrays. So by using 2-dimensional array, you can represent matrix representation. So the example is int a of 20. That is the declaration of array. The array name is a. The type of the array is integer. The size of the array is 20. They including 20 elements. The capacity of array is 20 elements. So another one is float f of 5 and 2. So that is the representation of 2-dimensional array. The type of array is floating pointed array. The array name is f. In the time they including two indexes. The first index is indicates row. The second index is indicates column. They containing 5 rows, 2 columns. So the totally the particular 2-dimensional array they containing 10 cells. The other one is initialization. How to assign values into the given declared array. So you can declare any array. After that, you can assign some set of values to the array. That is called as initialization. These are the examples of initialization of initializing values to the arrays. The first example is indicates int a of 4. The array containing 4 elements, all are integers. In that time I can define 1, 3, 5, 2. So next example is indicates pointer values can be stored in array. The next one is characters can be assigned into the array. So by using arrays, you can implement any problems. Okay, in that time I can write one source code to find out average of the given set of array elements. So I can take 10 elements. So finally I can add all 10 elements. Finally I can retrieve the average. In that time I can use array. So this particular problem can be implemented by using C programming language. The C programming language, first of all, you can define can define header file. So I can define a hash include std iod of which the header file is used for you can define meaning of predefined functions, printf and scanf. That purpose you can define header file. Then constants. You can define any constants in the particular program. You can use another declaration session is as defined. Size is assigned to 10. That means throughout the program, the variable size is 10. Okay. The particular variable can access throughout the program. You can check it anywhere. The value of size is 10. Then can start main function. The main is a user defined function. Okay, you can write body of the main function. So before that, you can justify the return type of the function. So based on that reason, I can assigning int. For suppose you not mention any return type, that means void. So the particular function does not have any return values. So after that, I can read one array. The array name is x. The size of the array is I can define 10. I can put it some values. The initializing some values to the array. So after that, I can perform sum of all array elements. So I can take the variable sum. Then I can take another variable I. So I is indicates you can find out each and every element in the array. So that purpose I can read I variable and the one is and the variable is EAV. You can find out the average. So I can start the logic from for I equal to 0, I less than size I plus plus. So initially I can take initial value is 0. So once you can put it, the initial value is 0, the array containing number of elements is 10. So easy. Repeat the process up to size minus 1. So based on that reason, I can given the condition is I less than size. So after that, you can perform increment. So every time you can find out the element in the given array. So I can put it x of 0 in the 0th index. I can assigning the value is 4. So that can be added to the sum. So after that, you can increase, continue process. Finally, you can find out sum of all numbers. So after that, you can terminate the for loop. Finally, you can find out average. So the average is sum by size. So you can define the total sum divided by 10. Finally, you can retrieve the average. So finally, so once you can define the average, finally you can print the particular variable. This is a simple way of representation of average of a given integers. Let's go for searching element. Searching in an array is called searching. There are two popular searching algorithms is used to find out elements in the given list. So the two popular searching techniques are one is linear search and the one is binary search. Coming to the linear search compares each array element with the search key. So in the binary search is also based on the search key, you can find out the array elements. So the difference between linear search and binary search is in the linear search they containing n elements. So the searching process is start from the first index value to the last index value. That means in the time you can search the elements in one by one. So but in the binary search you can start the search process process. First of all, you can find out the middle index of the given list. So you start from middle element, then compare the searching key. So the searching key is more than middle element. So the total searching can be passes into right part of the middle element. The searching key is lower element compared to middle index. So the searching can be passes through left side of the middle part. That is the process of binary search. So coming to the linear search, so I can write the program for linear search. I can take some set of elements. So in the set of elements, I can choose any one of the element is key element. Then I can find the exact location of the given element. So in that time, I can take 10 elements. So another difference from linear search and binary search, in the linear search, you can take the elements in randomly. That means the array containing number of elements, the all elements can be placed in different locations. The all are non ascending order, non descending order. In the time, the ascending order is not recommended. So the element can be placed in different ways. But in the binary search, you can implement binary search. In the given list of array, the all elements can be placed in ascending order, descending order. The elements can be placed in a specific order. Then you can apply binary search. But in the linear search, the elements can be placed in the array. Then you can find out the key. You can know the key element. Then you can find out exact position. So coming to the linear search program, in the time I can implement by using functions. So before you can use functions, first you can define a prototype of a function. The prototype of function can define what is the function name, what are the return values can be assigned in the particular function, what are the arguments can be used in the function. So in that time I can use linear search function. So the return type of the linear search function is integer. Integer values can be returned. In the linear search, I can use two arguments. One is array and the one is key element. So the both are relevant to integer. So then I can start the program. So the main, in that time I can read one array. The size is assigned to 10. They're assigning 10 elements. So after that I can read two variables. One is key and the one is position. So by using key, you can find out exact element in the given list, and the one is position. The given key element placed in different locations. So in that time, you can find out exact position of the element. So
ఫ్రెండ్ అయితే ఇది పెడుతుందా అదేం పిచ్చా నీకు
so in that time, I can use functions. So this is the calling function. In the calling function, having two arguments. One is name of the array and the one is key. So first I can read the key. The key is 15. So by using linear search, you can find out the element is presented or not. After that, you can find out the position of the element. So this is the calling function. So once the cursor is entering into the calling function, immediately is passing to the call function. So this is the function definition. So that is called as body of the function, or is also called as call function. So once the cursor is entering into the calling function, immediately is passed into the body of the function. So in that time, the array A is passed. All elements of array A is sent to array B. Then the key value can be passed into S key. So then you can start the process. So initially I can use another variable is I. So by using I, you can find out each and every locations. So you start from 0th index, is n from n minus 1 is I less than size. So after that I can check it. B of 0, the initial element is 9. 9 is equal to the searching key is 15. The condition is fail. So after that again is pass into the increment. You can increase the I value. I plus plus in that time I value is 1. So that means you can indicate B of 1th element. The B of 1th element is 4. Again 4 is compared to 15. Not match. Again you can increase the element. 5 is equal to 15. Not match. And so on is compared to all the elements. After that in the 7th index you can know the element is 15. The B of 7 is equal to search key. So the both values are 15, 15. So finally the condition is true. So finally can return I position. In the time the I position is 7. So finally the given key is presented in the list. The particular key value can be placed in 7th position. This is the simple logic. In that time I can use functions. Without function also you can implement a linear search problem. Okay. So for suppose I can take the searching element is 44. So is compared to each and every element. So finally there is no element. The searching key element is not in the given list. Finally you can return -1. So once the return -1, in that time you can check the condition. So the total the linear search the containing the value is -1. So the position value is -1. So the both are equal. Finally you can print the search key is not in array list. Okay, that can be printed in. Otherwise you can send the position. In the last case you can search 15. In the time the linear search the containing the value is 7. So in that time if 7 is equal to -1, not true, the finally can print the key value and position. The key value is 15, the position is 7. Then go for the binary search. So the binary search is to implement searching. So in the binary search you can follow the technique is, so first of all you can find out the middle element. So again I can take 10 elements. So how to find out midpoint based on the positions? So initially I can take a value is 1, that is the first position. The last position element is 10. So finally you can calculate 1 plus 10 by 2. So the fifth position, the 5 is the middle element. So the 15 is the middle element. So once you can find out the midpoint, So after that, you can start the searching. The searching is compared to initial, middle element. The both are similar. So you can find the location. So otherwise, the element can be less than the middle element. The searching can be done in only left part. So the searching key is more than the middle element. That can be the searching can be processing right side. Okay. Anyone having doubts? Clear. So based on that reason, you can search an element by using linear search. You can take n iterations. By using binary search, you can take n by 2 iterations. So based on that reason, the binary search is more efficient than linear search. Okay. So go for the logic. Same way in the linear search, you can read the some set of elements, but in the list of all elements can be placed in a specific order. Okay, every time the lower element can be placed in first position, the higher element can be placed in last position. Then you can start the searching. Otherwise, the elements are not placed in ascending order. So first of all, the elements can be converted into ascending order. After that, you can start the searching. So same way in that time also you can read key value. So once you can put it key value is 37, then immediately you can call binary search function. So once you can call the binary search, immediately is passed into the call function. This is the logic. So you can implement binary search. So in the binary search, first of all, you can find out the middle element. So based on that reason, I can take 3 variables: low, high, and middle. Low is the initial value. The I is the indicates last position of the array elements. Then you can find out midpoint, middle element.